Hello everyone. In today's class, we will discuss on the set 4 of Santali alphabet series U. First, we see print letter U, Uch, Ut, Ur, Ui. Then we see the writing letter U, Uch, Ut, Ur, Ui. U is a vowel. Other are consonants. This is the fourth set of the Santali alphabet. Let's take a closer look at each of them one by one. So, let's get started and dive into set 4. The first letter of the set is U. This letter is pronounced U in Santali. It is a vowel. It is called Raha Arang in Santali. The origin of the U is taken from the picture of drawing water by ladle from spring. Dear learners, to write U in the first step, we will draw a vertical line from top to middle. In second stroke, starts from end of first line and draw a line right upward diagonal. In third stroke, draw a semicircle downward. And in fourth stroke, draw a diagonal left upward. In this way, U is graphically written. This letter occurs in all positions. In word as initially, medially, and finally from the viewpoint of orthography. The examples are as follows. What initially it can appear in ul means mango. What medially it can appear in tul means lift. What finally it can appear in uru means black bee. U has a separate handwritten form. It looks like. Now let's try to write the letter U. To write U, we will draw a small slanted line from left to right upwards. Then bend it downwards in the middle and continue it making a curve downwards and bend it upwards from left to right and cross the curve in the middle without any break. Now you have now successfully written the letter U. The second letter of the set is Uch. This letter is pronounced Uch in Santali. It is a consonant. It is called Kechet Arang in Santali, which is framed as the picture of hilltop. Dear learners, to write Uch in the first step, we will draw a 3/4 of circle from left to right bottom. Connect a small diagonal from left to right downward. Then draw a semicircle from right to left bottom and connect the circle with a small diagonal from left to right upward. Finally, complete the circle with a small semicircle. In this way, which is graphically written. This letter occurs in all positions. In word as initially, medially, and finally from the viewpoint of orthography. The examples are as follows. Word initially, it can appear in chatom, means umbrella. Word medially, it can appear in achka, means sudden. Word finally, it can appear in chamoch, means spoon, which has a separate handwritten form. It looks like. Now let's try to write the letter using some simple steps. To write Uch, we will start with a very short diagonal line from the top to the middle right and draw it upwards. In the same way, to make a semicircle on the right, then bend it slightly from the right to the bottom left and then bend it upwards towards the middle. Finally, it will cross from the bottom of the first semicircle from left to right without stopping. You have now successfully written the letter Uch. The third letter of this set is Ut. This letter is pronounced Ut in Santali. It is a consonant. It is called Keche Arang in Santali. Ud is framed as the picture of mushroom. Dear learner, to write Ud in the first step, we will draw a vertical line from the top. In the second stroke, start from the end of the first line and draw a small diagonal upwards to the left. In the third stroke, draw a semicircle from the left to the right up to the bottom upwards. Finally, draw a curve from the left of the vertical line upwards to the right and draw a curve in the exact opposite direction to the right. In this way, Ut is graphically written. This letter occurs in all positions in word as initially, medially and finally from the viewpoint of orthography. The examples are as follows. Word initially, it can appear in da, means water. Word medially, it can appear in udu, means indicate. Word finally, it can appear in ma, means bamboo. Ud has a separate handwritten form. It looks like. Now let's try to practice the letter Ud. To write Ud, we will start with a small slanted line in the middle from left to right. Then draw a deep semicircle from the end of the slanted line downwards from left to right. Then upwards to touch the end of the slanted line. Finally, curving it from left to right to form a curve upwards without stopping. In this way, you can practice writing perfectly Ud. The fourth letter of this set we have here is Ud. This letter is pronounced Ud in Santali. It is a consonant. It is called Keche Arang in Santali. Ud is framed as the picture of flying honeybee. To write Ud, in the first step, we will draw a semicircle on the left from top to bottom. In second stroke, starts a small slant line from top of the semicircle, and in third stroke, draw an equal slant line from end of the first slant line right upward. Finally, draw a semicircle on the right from top to bottom. In this way, Ud is graphically written. This letter occurs in two positions in word, as medially and finally from the viewpoint of orthography. The examples are as follows. Word medially, it can appear in chorgoi, means chang fish. Word finally, it can appear in arar, means yolk. Ud has a separate handwritten form. It looks like. Now let's try to write the letter Ud. To write Ud, we will draw a curve from top to bottom on the right. Then it turns to the left and it also draw upward from left to right. Then draw a small curve downwards to the right and turn from there draw a small curve upwards from left to right. And again draw a curve like first one and ends on the right top without any break. Okay? In this way, you can practice writing perfectly would. The fifth letter of the set is we. This letter is pronounced we in Santali. It is a consonant. It is called Keche Arang. We is framed as the picture of someone responds to one's call by uttering we and curving his palm near his ear. Dear learner, to write we, in the first step, we will draw a small semicircle from right to left upward. Finally, draw a semicircle over the small semicircle from right to left downward bottom. In this way, we is graphically written. This letter occurs in two positions in word as medially and finally from the viewpoint of orthography. The examples are as follows. Word medially, it can appear in kaira, means banana. Word finally, it can appear in sui, means needle. We has a separate handwritten form. It looks like. Now let's practice writing this letter. To write we will draw a curve from top to bottom on the right. Then it turns to the left and it also draw upward from left to right. Then draw a slanting line from left to right and bend from top right to left and it continuously downward bottom. Finally, draw a small curve upward without stopping. Okay? In this way, you can practice writing perfectly we. Okay? Keep on practicing these letters for perfection. See you in next class.